we have another addition to the zoo from the North America DLC, being the sea lions. And in all honesty, I'm a little lukewarm on the sea lions. I know a lot of people were really excited to have them. And it's good that we have another pinniped after the gray seal added, but again, maybe it's just because the zoos around me don't have sea lions that I'm a little lukewarm on it. The Toronto Zoo used to have African fur seals, but not anymore. Anywho, going on to the exhibit, we have this nice little jetty that they come up on, ideally for the keeper talks, which I made a nice use of the seating floor. Felt like it fit with the Californian sea lions. Kind of seemed on brand for them. Unfortunately, the keeper can't throw food there, so that's a bit of a bummer. I like how the exhibit turned out in the water, and we'll take a look at it from down there, but not quite as happy with how it turned out on land. I decided to use the ponytail palms because it felt like they fit with this kind of beach theme. I mentioned before that I used to work at a greenhouse over this past summer, and we sold like 12-inch ponytail palms for like $70. So the ones in game, being full-grown trees, are actually less expensive. It's pretty funny. But anyways, we have a path going around the top of the exhibit, allowing me to see into the water, which I keep nice and crystal clear. And then also on land, and I might revisit this later on, but I'm not exactly a fan of how it turned out on land. It just seems very flat. I wanted to add more trees, but as you can see from the video, they prefer such minimal foliage, and the aquatic plants take up so much, and I didn't want to leave that bare, so sacrificed them. Land coverage. I would put more rocks, but their hitboxes are just so big that they can't really traverse if there's much rocks. Same issue with the waterfall here. I was gonna have aquatic rocks around it as like a facade, but they couldn't walk through it then. That's a little unfortunate. Their shelter I made off camera, but I tried making it look like a lighthouse. Keyword being tried. I might change that building entirely. Might return to the land to do some resculpting down the road, but who knows. I had done the rock work for this exhibit off camera ahead of time, before the pack was even released actually. And I made this little platform here to try to have them come up it like I had similar to the African penguin exhibit, but unfortunately they can't go up. Again, their hitboxes and the aquatic rock hitboxes are too big. But I think, still, all things considered, I think it's a nice view from the surface. Nice sandy beach into the rocky water. I wanted to have the water rock instead of sand to kind of make it blend a little bit with the rock barrier. And I maybe have these arches a little too low, but since I'm 5'6", I don't see a problem with it. If you're tall, you can duck, you can make do. But yeah, have a lot of rock work, and of course the statue. I wish it wasn't the sea lion statue that was added. I wish it was the moose, or the beaver even. But say it will be, that's just my Canadian bias showing. Down here we have the underwater viewing, where I have to do a little bit of decorating. It's always the temperature with the dull sheet. There's one patch in their habitat that's not cooled properly. But anyways, so we have the underwater viewing. I might take out the legs and just have that as a floating levee, but I feel like the poles kind of disrupt a lot of the view. But I think it looks good with the unlevel, the hills and valleys of the water, giving it variable depth. And then the little peninsula in the middle of the exhibit to add some depth to it. And of course the rock work I spent a good amount of time on. Wish I could put more aquatic plants, but again, these guys have such a low requirement, a low threshold for plants. And I know that you can turn it off, but I don't feel like that. I want to have somewhat of a challenge to making the exhibits. But yeah, I have a full full group of them. Full 15, 3 males, 12 females. So, yeah, overall I'm happy with how the exhibit turned out, but mostly when you're viewing from this angle. Again, the surface needs some work, and this underwater viewing needs some work. An underwater viewing in this game is so hard to make. I struggle with it. It takes so much longer than building a regular exhibit just to get it all working properly. Oh yeah, and then across the way I'm going to have a little beach house concession stand. Let's see. Here's a good example of one of the males coming right up and using the platform. One of the females too, a little further away, but gives guests a nice view. And hopefully being so close to the guests doesn't stress them out too much. But yeah, I think that's gonna about wrap it up for this video. So if you liked it, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel possibly. We're doing a lot better. This past week has actually been my highest views, not overall highest views on any one given day, but second and third place. And it's been pretty steady, pretty consistent, so I appreciate the support. Hopefully we can continue to grow the channel. But yeah, as always, have a good day. Take care. Adios.